Okay, okay, okay. We've done pretty well waiting around and keeping a high stock price today. So we'll probably keep going with that. We could try a little robotic, just to see where they're at right now. I thought it was really interesting that Expansive was the one that got the truck boost. I don't know if that was necessary. It was a little weird. Instead of someone like Robotic, who I think needs it a bit more, if I'm honest. Let's see. Some pretty good spots on this map, actually. Some very usable tiles. No question about that. Okay. We might try to get a hold of this, if we can. Although, this is just too much to not take. Come on, there we go. I think I accidentally destroyed the high water, but I went scientific, so it's probably not the end of the world. Actually, we'll grab all that aluminum and just sit on it for the moment. Hope it doesn't, we don't get bit for that. I don't see anybody collecting it right away. So with any luck, this will be alright. Oh, that's just annoying. There we go. See, it jumped up to 37, so now we'll sell down. We made a small profit on that, so it's okay. Alright, we have a triple B rating, so that's not too bad. We might need to avoid an auction or two, but hopefully that'll be okay. Let's see, how long until we can take this? It's not going to tell me. I wish it would tell me here how long this is. Because, like, is it worth waiting for? Probably not. It might be, though. It just depends on if he's going to take it or not. So instead, we'll just grab these. And I think throw down farms on them. And then try and take this tile away from him. If we can. He's got the steel flowing in, though, so we're probably not going to pull it off. We can try. It's probably not going to happen. Come on. Get there, get there, get there. Yes. Excellent. That's what he gets. He got up in our business, we'll get up in his. It's fine. Don't worry about it. Save up 50 glass so we can get an extra farm down later. It's going to be the goal right now. Yeah, geothermal auction sounds real nice. We'll head for that. Let's also look at what we've got available. We can auction away tiles if we want to, which is an interesting idea. Let's see. We can purchase a mule to collect a base resource out of the ground if we need to, which could be really useful. We've got EMPs, adrenaline boosts, core samples, and nukes, and then of course goon squads. 32,000 is as high as we go. Gonna have to let it go to Clarke at this point. Too worried about my debt getting too high. Won't worry about it. Hello, Fanai Kabrov 88. Sorry if I read that wrong. You're in a really light green. But hello. Nice to see another Russian hanging around. It's interesting. That's actually like my third most watched from is Russia. It goes like United States, UK, and then Russia. So that's always interesting to me that there seem to be quite a lot of you guys hanging out sometimes. Okay, and yes, PB Head, we're hanging out on high. So if you would like to join us for, or sorry, on... Guys, I don't know if you noticed, I'm dead today. We're hanging out on the next build, the preview build, so... If you want to join us, get that loaded up for next game. And we'd love to have you hop in here and completely destroy us. That'd be pretty fantastic. Okay, gonna have to worry about power before long. Probably we'll just grab a geotherm to make that work. Could be alright. Keep selling down food. It would be lovely to get another farm down. Not the end of the world, we haven't done it yet though. There we go, a farm. Maybe another aluminum mine even, right here. It's gonna make him mad, but whatever. It's his problem, not ours. And then we'll go for this geo, which hopefully will work out okay. Let's focus before we get to the geo on going ahead and grabbing up some more glass. We need 60 this time. Might need to look at glass production before long, honestly, but with any luck we'll be alright. The aluminum's coming in so nicely. We could even maybe get out of our steel and into glass right now. Steel's just so cheap that it's probably a decent decision. Let's do that. Let's go ahead and head into glass instead of buying glass. So we've got that started. We've got a goon squad, which we're going to go ahead and drop on it, I think, right here. And we're going to mix that with our adrenaline boost to make us produce a ridiculous amount of glass very quickly, because glass is so valuable. And we're also going to go ahead and get our geotherm set up. Steel's not super cheap anymore, but glass should be making us a bit more. And we're going to boost that. As long as we've got the silicon to keep it working. See, look at this. Look at how much money we're making off of our glass. 230 a second, basically. Because as I understand it, it not only produces output, or sorry, increases output, it also increases efficiency. So that's very nice. Let's see, we need 20,000 to upgrade. So that's pretty good. Oh man, teleport auction though. We gotta go deep on this. I think we actually, like, teleport's so good. People are gonna go so hard on this. This is so expensive, but it might be doable for him. Well, that's too rich for our blood. We'll let it go for now. We'll let it go for now. I believe auctions are actually acquirable now, so Clarke's gonna take that, which means we want to buy Clarke very quickly. We gotta be ready for that. I think we're gonna go for one more expansion, but then we're gonna go for a buy on Clarke, period. Definitely gonna go for a buy on Clarke. 70,000. Bradbury's starting to buy into Clarke. We can't let that happen, but he's only at 10,000, so he's not really a threat to succeeding yet. I think we can get enough to upgrade. Oh, come on. There it is. There's the upgrade. So let's get down some reactors with that, if we can. Might need to go back into steel before long. Steel's pretty decent right now, but not super amazing. But glass has fallen off very quickly. It's only staying strong for us because we boosted it so hard. Let's go ahead and try and get these down. Let's get another adrenaline boost, see if we can make good use of that on something like the reactors, which are just so expensive. 40 steel a piece. Man, it's crazy. Steel's so expensive. I think we just scrap out now. Go back into steel the best we can. There we are. More reactors, please. Still can't afford them, just because steel's actually that expensive right now. More reactors, please. So this is what we're doing, basically, and we're going to try and make this work to getting us a buy onto Clarke, so we have a chance of getting what we want later. We did get frozen, which sucks, but thankfully we still have our steel running, and one of them is still boosted. You'll see that sticks around when we scrap, which is very nice. A shortage on fuel is fantastic for when our fuel unfreezes soon, which we will just drop this adrenaline boost pretty much as soon as this building finishes, I think, is when we'll drop it. If we drop it before the building finishes, from what I've seen, the adrenaline boost is not triggered, but if we drop it afterward, then it will stay around even if we scrap the building. We have to wait for this to finish too. It got frozen, which can happen when a building is still building now, and it will halt the construction of that building, basically. Okay, interestingly enough, that will boost his buildings as well, which is something I didn't pay attention to last time. But it's definitely worth noting. So we're giving him extra steel production because we dropped it there. I could have dropped it here, and he wouldn't have gotten that extra production. Just something to note and pay attention to. Let's get into Clarke a little bit. We could head for Bradbury instead. He's very close to getting the buy on Clarke. Bradbury will be difficult to acquire, but we have strong production, so maybe we can do it. We could also try and head into Chem production right now. See if we can make that work. Thinking machines would be nice. EMPs are an option this game. That's all it is blocking the EMPs though. So maybe it's not absolutely necessary. Maybe it's not 100% necessary. Now we could always go for another expansion if we would like. 14,000 was a bit cheap to let it go still, but oh well. More EMPs down on us, of course. I don't even feel like I'm winning all that hard this game, so that's kind of annoying, but whatever. You can scrap while a tile is frozen now, by the way, but obviously the production will also be frozen once you've done that, so it's not a bit as big a benefit as one might think initially. We will go ahead and do that and head into Chem Labs, though. See what we can do with that. Let's keep buying, grab another adrenaline boost. I don't see any reason to stop this for the time being. The reactors are not doing so well, so we'll move out of them and into water pumps. Well, this one I didn't need to move out of because, well, now it's just a dead tile. But we can always maybe put a lab there instead. Oh man, water came down fast all of a sudden. That might not have been the right call. But it's directly connected to our base, so at least we'll be able to sell it quickly and move it around again if we need to. Bradbury also has very high debt. Very, very low rating. So that's interesting. This chem lab is still constructing. We'll wait for that to finish. There would be a chem surplus during all of this. That hurts quite badly, actually. But we'll see what we can do with it. Everything's still going reasonably well. Reasonably well. Bradbury's still pushing for that buy on Clarke, it looks like. But Clarke managed to make that quite difficult for him. This surplus hurts, though. That was just a huge pain. So let's get back out of the water and back into food for the moment. We can barely afford that transition. But we can. Just barely. Chems, how are you doing? 60. Steel, not so hot either. If we had some silicon, that would be quite helpful. Well, we might want to get out of this aluminum and into something like food instead. Let's go ahead and adrenaline boost again. We will even grab a goon squad for it, just to be a little careful. And as you can see, now we're kind of rolling in cash all of a sudden. That was a big boost to us. 96,000, unfortunately, to finish off Bradbury. He managed to protect himself during our transitioning, so that didn't go as well for us as we could have hoped. Let's see. The food is good, but I think we might need to use it to get to an upgrade in particular. Which would mean moving into glass production, possibly, instead of these chems. So we can continue to do that for a while. Oh yeah, we'll bid on a new claim. A new claim would be amazing right now. Absolutely amazing is what a new claim would be. I still need to consider getting out of this aluminum and into something else, but I don't know what else we put here. Since it's separate from our base, we could do water, potentially. But we'll see. We'll see what happens. I'm just being very unsure this game in general. Oh, come on. I was almost there. Sad that there are no pirates this game. Those would have actually worked in our favor, despite the fact that we're scientific. Oh well. Let's go ahead and get some silicon gathering for ourselves. We've got these glass furnaces turning on, so those will be helpful. Now, we have let debt get a bit out of hand. It's up to 100,000 because of what we just did. But hopefully we'll be okay, even without black market. Seriously? Oh, that's just disgusting. We got our claim taken away. So instead, let's just build an research center, aka engineering lab, with it now. See if we can make that work. The glass is coming in reasonably well. It's decent money being made, not great. We really would like an upgrade, I think, before long. Shouldn't be difficult to get to with all this glass and steel coming in. So let's go ahead and... Come on. We can do it. It's so close. There it is. And now Clarke is buying into us right at that moment. That hurts quite badly, actually, because if we'd had that cash to defend ourselves, we might be okay. But since we don't, we might be in trouble. What really hurt this game, though, was that chem surplus. We were relying very heavily on chems. Very heavily. And that did not pan out at all. Because of when we made the transition and where we made it. Very painful. Very painful. Let's try and get these reactors down. They should do work for us fairly effectively. Clarke's still buying us. We've got to fix that at some point. We need to start buying into ourselves as soon as we've used these new tiles, basically. So let's get another steel mill down. And let's get another reactor down. Let's go ahead and find Clarke. Hit him with black market on something effective. The reactors are good-ish. The power is not so good to hit. There we go. Start to buy up ourselves. We could have hit this before it finished constructing. I need to remember that. There we are. Well, the reactors are strong, the food is not, the glass is okay. The steel is good, though. The steel is good. Let's upgrade steel production again. Just try and stay alive. We could sell out of Bradbury to help buy into ourselves, but I don't know if I want to give up that long-term benefit we've pulled off. I'm also amazed in a lot of ways that Clarke has managed to pull back from that ridiculous teleport debt. I'd have liked to bid harder on that, but my debt's too out of control right now, and I didn't even get to use the claims I took the way I wanted, so... difficulties. It's basically my point right now. I'm having them. We are at least HQ level 5, so there's no more upgrading to do. But I might need to move around back into chems, which should make decent money, instead of this food in particular. Okay.
Market is online.
And unfortunately, my steel is frozen once again for the most part. Quite painful. Getting attacked quite so frequently this game. I would love to defend myself and keep upgrading. That would be incredible. That's what I would really like to do right now. Come on, Scientific, pull through. I wish I had other ways to attack besides just the EMP. That would be kind of nice. Come on, where's all my cash? I feel like I should have a bit more of it than I do. Maybe it's just this feeling that I have left over based on what old production values I would be sitting on right now. I'm not entirely sure. If I get at least one more of these secured, I'm maybe not in a terrible spot, because I can buy Bradbury, and that gives me half of Clarke, and that will also raise my stock price significantly. So it leaves me in a not terrible place. Now, I do have this engineering lab running, which is getting some work done, and I want to keep making sure it stays that way. Will be a nice goal. I might want to transition back into food fairly soon. The reactors are making 50. The food would be better. So let's go ahead and make that transition, since I can't make any more buys in stock for the time being. We'll just do this. The glass is doing well. The steel, not so much. The steel's only okay right now. But thankfully, we have that engineering lab running, and I'm tempted to get into another one at this point. Just push into the long term the best I can. And also, let's see, we want to buy Bradbury, if at all possible, which is going to take 93,000. And our debt is too high to use the black market. So let's see if we can move that around. Get into another EMP. Use that again. That should be helpful. Okay, the farms are doing well. Ish. Well-ish, I should say. And we're just trying to keep our debt kind of in that C range instead of in that D range. So we're going to pay it down just a little bit more to make sure interest doesn't pile up too badly. There we are. Maybe we could get it down to the B range. I don't know what the B range is, though. Once I learn all of these, it'll be much easier to make these decisions. Don't really want this, but don't want to let it go for super cheap either. Dilemmas. Dilemmas, dilemmas, dilemmas. Okay. Thankfully, all of our production is strong except for our steel mills. And we could move those fairly easily into electronics factories. So I think that would be good. And let's go ahead and actually go for some upgraded... It's either glass or electronics. Glass could be okay. Glass could be good. Let's go for glass for the moment. How much did that go for? 32,000? That's acceptable. Okay. Let's go for some glass from our 2 engineering labs. Food is also an option, but I think glass is a bit better for the time being. And we're just going to go for this buy on Bradbury. Okay. This is an auctioned tile from Clarke, so I don't really want to bid on it. I don't want Clarke to have any extra money right now. He doesn't have very much, so he can't really afford to buy us at all. We are up to a B rating, by the way. So that's good. Let's try and keep there. When the ticker rolls over, let's make sure we're just paying that 14% instead of that 20%. Is what we'll be heading for. Okay, that should do it. We should get interest soon. Keep paying down just a little bit of debt. Oh, we're now at a BB rating. Interesting. I wonder what changed that. Oh, come on, come back here. Alright, Clarke is going to be our next goal. Yuzzo's out of it, apparently. That works for us just fine. Let's short glass again. As you can see, we took over a lot of glass production there, so that was very good for us. Let's go ahead and upgrade glass a little more. While we go for another glass short. And we're looking at 339,000 at this point to grab up Clarke. We're going to be far more expensive for them than they are for us, so that should be good. We should be in a fairly good spot at this point. This reactor shouldn't be... Unfortunately, we can't really... Let's go ahead and put an Offworld in that tile. We don't get to benefit from thinking machines, but that should be okay this game. We'll go ahead and Goon Squad it, just in case. Grab up that last little bit in wells. Because it's a free stock, we may as well take a stock that's available to us. And let's keep moving. Okay. Chems are good, glass is good. Glass is real good, actually. Like, glass is amazing. Let's go ahead and upgrade electronics at this point. We'll grab Niven, because he's kind of death spiraling out. Warren Buffett apparently having some struggles in on Mars. Doesn't really match his earthly skills, apparently. Alright, here comes a glass shortage. We'll buy into that. Quite heavily, actually. Because we've been producing a very large amount of glass, and I don't think anybody else has been, from what I've seen. So it should be a safe buy. We've got that Offworld up. We'll go ahead and start shipping oxygen from it, and everything's still pretty well set up, I think. I think we're in a good spot. Let's make sure everything stays online, just have enough funds around to keep funding our construction. Was that a buy into glass? It might have been. Let's just sell out. Grab Clarke. That gives us the rest of our stock, which is very nice. This never started sending. Send oxygen. Thank you. There we are. Let's grab an EMP. Go ahead and hit here with it. That should be fairly effective. 2 claims left right now. Let's see, the electronics is okay. Let's upgrade oxygen production a bit. See if we can find a place to put some. The food's okay. It's not great, but it's okay. We could move it into electronics. We could just grab up Herbert, who is a computer, so not the biggest deal. Let's see what he had. Okay, interesting. Let's see. Steel would be good in some ways, but I'm not too concerned about it. We could replace... I mean, our electronics are just so good. That's why I'm not really moving around at all. It's because I just don't feel the need to. And now that we've got these engineering labs having run for forever, I love how we're upgrading oxygen and we don't have any oxygen production down. I guess we can fix that a little bit. Could be using these boosts. Let's go ahead and use a boost here. Like, let's boost this production here. Look at this. 3 electronics from this one tile. There we go. GG. That's gonna do it. Yeah, chat, thank you for answering questions of other people in chat. I appreciate it. Anyway, it was interesting. So, I think we were the ones on the most tech again. We had 14 techs. Did we? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Yeah, we did. Okay. And I don't think... Warren Buffett had 10, which is a nice idea, but his debt was too high, which I think is why Warren Buffett died. Red Sparrow had 4. Yeah, a little weak for that stage. Omar had none. Herbert 6. And Yuzzo none. Yuzzo was going for a hacker array play, which was a nice idea. He mostly, like, he was in a decent spot for a while. He just basically died because he made a move on Clarke, aka Omar Little, wherever he was on this map here. And he only got half of it done because Omar got defended. And then I attacked Yuzzo, and nobody defended Yuzzo because they had already spent all their stuff defending Omar, basically. And I got most of his stock, and then so when Clarke came for me, because I had taken most of Yuzzo, I was still in a position where I could buy half my stock, despite having just upgraded. And even though nobody defended me, I still had half myself defended. Mostly because we got this beautiful scientific spot, right? Like, this just worked wonders for us. Well, I don't think we had any resources really positioned away from our base too far. It was just these 2 aluminum tiles, which were kind of wastes, but still. It was good. It was a good match for us. It worked well. I didn't get to show off the reacquiring teleport thing, which I think is in the game now, but that's okay. We didn't really need it. Alright.